for the Late Look North. Good evening, I'm Jonathan Swingler. A funeral's been held for a baby boy whose remains were found during works on a property in Bishop Auckland. The child, known as Baby Auckland, is believed to have died in 1910, despite an inquest hearing evidence that carbon dating suggested he could have lived 300 years ago. Philippa Goymer reports.
A baby boy who was born and died in Bishop Auckland more than 100 years ago has finally been laid to rest.
This child was here, and this child is worthy of love, dignity and rest.
Now known affectionately as Baby Auckland, his remains were discovered under the floorboards at a property in the town by contractors wrapped in a newspaper from 1910.
I mean, maybe even the newspaper was a clue by the person that left it. If they had some emotional feeling toward the child, it was perhaps its birthday.
Yeah, I've reflected on that and thought about that quite a lot. Maybe that was the sign and the only way of them telling anyone who found Baby Auckland in the future about when they died. That's fitting, isn't it? I'd like to think that was the case.
Despite a lengthy post-mortem, it wasn't possible to confirm a cause of death, but a piece of twine was found round Baby Auckland's neck. The property at the time was a dining hall or a cafe, but living relatives of a female servant who worked in the building at the time weren't a DNA match for the baby. A small number of members of the public also attended today's service.
In his very short life, he may not have known any love, but he knows love and respect now, and I wanted to come here to show my respect and to show him love and kindness.
Baby Auckland, you are named, you are remembered.
But while what happened to Baby Auckland remains unknown, he has now, at least, been given a dignified and respectful final resting place. Philippa Goymer, BBC Look North, Bishop Auckland.
The leader of the Green Party, Zach Polanski, paid a visit to Newcastle this afternoon. He was in the city to talk about his party's plans to bring the local bus services back under public control. That process has already been started in the northeast by the region's Labour Mayor, Kim McGuinness. Mr Polanski insisted the Green Party offers an alternative for voters wanting a change after decades of Labour-running councils in the northeast.
So there are lots of examples all around the country, and I think there'll be more examples soon in the northeast, where the Green Party are actually the only party who can both replace the Labour Party and stop reform. People don't need to settle for second best. They don't need to settle for a Labour Party that is serving them slop. Actually, they can vote to stop reform and actually get the things that they want, which is investment in their public services, local councillors who actually care about the environment and care about tackling inequality.
Well, we've now heard from all five of the main party leaders, and you can find out where elections are happening and who the candidates are on the BBC News website, of course. Now, a Hartlepool author has been praised after becoming one of the very few people living with dementia to publish a novel. 52-year-old Michael Booth said he had been warned before he started writing that it could be too difficult and too tiring for him to attempt to write a book. Stuart Wincup reports.
Michael was 46 when he was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease.
I was diagnosed to give up my driver's license, and my insurance told me that they could no longer cover me, so within a week I lost everything.
When he suggested writing his murder mystery novel, Michael said he was told it would be impossible for someone living with dementia to write a book.
There were days where I couldn't walk, I forgot how to walk. There were days when I would really struggled. I had papers all over the room, notes on my laptop. I almost gave up on a couple of times thinking, you know what, they're right, I can't do this. But I succeeded.
And after 2 years of planning and writing, Michael's book, Forget Me Not, The Letter in the Headboard, has now been published. Michael says he hopes the publication of this book will show other people living with dementia what can be achieved.
Just because we're diagnosed doesn't mean you have to stifle our creativity. With the correct support, there are things that you can achieve.
Her breath caught and her hand trembled. Stuart Wyncup, BBC Look North.
Gary McKee, the Cumbrian fundraiser who's run 100 marathons in 100 days, is closing in on his latest amazing target. Having finished the 100th at the London Marathon alongside his son Beau, Gary said he was delighted with the support from the public. He's trying to raise £100,000 for Hospice at Home West Cumbria, which would take his total to £1 million raised for the charity in the last 5 years. Now, it's been an interesting day weather-wise. Will we get some more sun? Here's Molly with the forecast.
Hello there. We've had a bit of a funny day. We've had blue skies at times, but also some quite hefty showers. The rest of this week is looking a bit more settled. Cloudy and misty mornings many days, brighter afternoons, and a bit breezy along the coast too. Tonight, though, we are going to have a largely cloudy outlook. That cloud feeding in from the North Sea on a northeasterly breeze, bringing some bits and pieces of light rain and drizzle as well. And temperatures between 6 to 8 degrees Celsius overnight. Some hill fog forming in the morning and a largely cloudy outlook. That cloud will stick around for a lot of the day for some, but then turning brighter from the east. And temperature-wise, we're going to see highs of around 15 degrees Celsius. As for the rest of the week, it is looking largely settled. A good deal of sunshine for some on Wednesday and Thursday and turning warmer. Good night.
That's all from the late team. Thanks for joining us. Look North is back with bulletins early tomorrow. You can also stay up to date with the BBC News app and with the BBC website, of course. Bye for now.